All right, I think we're live. Let this timer get rolling. See if it's actually live or not, or if it's a fake start. So I think we might actually be live. Hey, everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. Thought I would sit down and address this current event for you guys and gals. Let me give you guys a bicep shot before we get started. Mount Bicephalus. I think we are live because I do see a person watching. So we're about to find out. There we go. Now I guess we are fully live. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here. I thought I would break down the juiciest gossip and latest events for you. But this is going to be a moment where I'm going to have to decide what sort of person do I want to be? Who do I want to be as a human being? Because Layne Norton, who I think people who know the history know there was a lot, and I mean a lot of bad blood between us. All right? Hold on, I got some peanut butter on my mouth there. Get that licked off. All right, there's bad blood between us. Kind of pointed out after he did his deadlift, he called me out, pulled a 725 deadlift, which is insane. And then called me out and said, Jason's one of the people who listed me by name, one of the people who mocked me when I was hurt. And I did. I will admit that I did that. There was a lot of bad blood between us. Keeping in mind, this is a person who not only sued me, this is a person who got up on camera after suing me and said that he hated me. His words. I kept a copy of the video. Hated me, and that he would pour gas to watch me burn. His words. Of course, he also called me an SOB in that same sentence. Forgot that part. His words. So, called me out. Says, nobody talking now. Everybody's quiet. Here's going to be my response. Layne, your 725 deadlift is amazing. That is an amazing accomplishment. Nobody on this earth can ever take that away from you. Furthermore, not only is at his age and body weight a 725 deadlift well into the elite category by any definition of the word, he did so after coming back from massive, major debilitating injuries that would have put many people in a wheelchair. My only response to even someone who chose to be the worst enemy I've ever had in my life to me, my only response to your achievement is amazing. That is well done. That is a well done achievement. And I'm going to give credit where credit is due because it's awesome. You proved me wrong. What more can a man say to that? That's it. So, that being said, do we have any questions? Do we have any comments? I have not seen. I got all these viewers and not one person's asked a comment. You guys can give me some likes here. Did it just reset my live again? Did we just lose that whole spiel? I'm going to have to redo the whole thing. It just restarted my live. Long story short, let's do it all again, baby. Because YouTube restarted my live. All right. So back over to that point. Layne Norton deadlifted 725 as a man who there's been enormous bad blood between him and I. Nothing but animosity in the past. Extremely bad blood. A person who has probably been the worst enemy I've ever had in my life. The man sued me. The man got up on camera, said he hated me, and he poured gas to watch me burn. And I kept copies. I have copies of that video. And, you know, I absolutely did mock him when he was hurt. I admit that. I'm not even saying that was the right thing for me to do. I'll go so far as to say that was petty. That was petty of me to make fun of an injured person from lifting as someone who promotes lifting. But he put in his post down there that nobody's talking, now everybody's quiet. So again, I'm going to make the statement. I'm not going to be quiet about it. A 725 deadlift is an amazing achievement. Layne's deadlift, even if he had never been injured, is absolutely elite, is absolutely impressive. It is absolutely praiseworthy. And for him to have done it after coming back from debilitating injuries is nothing short of phenomenal. And there is literally nothing else a man can say about that. And I want to be clear, I am saying this in response to someone who essentially chose to be the worst enemy I've ever had in my life. The man came after me on a level that most of you will not understand. But he just achieved something. He just achieved something legendary. And again, all I can say to that is well done. He should be proud of that. All right. So now, Joseph, let's not start saying BCAAs work. They've been proven to be a scam. Joseph, BCAAs are a proven, documented scam. Let's not take this to mean any of that. All right. Because if we're gonna go that route, then I got to go back to calling him out. You know. So hopefully he's not going there. Zach Packer, are you talking about in bodybuilding, Zach? I've never been a bodybuilding judge. I'm not a trained bodybuilding judge. She said, Coach, what are judges looking for in arms besides overall size of biceps and tricep muscles? In bodybuilding, they're looking for as much oil as you can pin into those muscles. That's what they're looking for. They want you to look freakish, like you've surgically implanted basketballs of oil inside your biceps. No, Rondo, I will absolutely not adopt his training. I can give praise to an accomplishment without saying I think we should be emulating their methods. Two totally separate things. Again, your chain of logic needs to be adjusted. So let's get over and talk about real topics now. I mean, I addressed all I need to address on it, right? I'm not going to be petty. We're not going to make digs at him, but I don't want to discuss the man's training or explain why. It's very clear that I don't tell people to follow those sort of training methods, and we don't have to go there. But yeah, Zach, if you look at modern bodybuilding, though, they're not interested in proportion or symmetry or beauty. They reward hideous physiques. Like literally the purpose of modern bodybuilding is to have the most hideous, grotesque, oil-full physique you can possibly have and just look big. That's it. That's it. I mean, every guy on the Olympia stage this year had so much oil in them that had any of them fallen down accidentally and ruptured on that stage, it would have been like the Exxon Valdez. Right? So they're looking for, in modern bodybuilding, they're looking for you to have as much oil and stuff into your body as possible. That is what they reward. That is what they want. Right? Current Mr. Olympia had so much oil in his lats even that you could still see the bulges from the recent injections. And they gave him the Olympia. So clearly, Clearly, the purpose of modern bodybuilding is to just be a site enhancement freak. That is what they reward. It must be in the rule book. Let me think about that. The last good bodybuilders to me was probably Layne was a great bodybuilder. Layne was a great bodybuilder. So, Sat Nav says, is it ever acceptable to do a fast, for example, more than 8 hours, less than 48? I mean, Sat, what are you trying to achieve with it? Are you asking me, are there health benefits or some reason you'd want to do it? I can't think of a single health benefit reason. Are there reasons people might want to do it for religious reasons, spiritual reasons, things like that? Possibly. Yeah, absolutely. And by all means, like look, if you have a religious mandate to do certain fasts and it is required by your religion, then I mean you do what you have to do. I am not going to tell people to abandon their religion. But are you asking me, is there a actual some non-spiritual reason to do one like that? No. Now, more than 8 hours, we all fast more than 8 hours. What time do you eat breakfast in the morning versus your dinner at night? I mean, come on. I fast at least 16 hours every single day. Post was about 20 rep squats equal to cardio. Who said 20 rep squats are equal to cardio? Like you're going to get real conditioning out of that? Did someone actually say that? No, I don't think 20 rep squats are a true replacement for cardio. I don't know what the whole argument or discussion was. Limitless says, do you think during Ramadan people get less gains? As a coach who has coached multiple Muslim clients through Ramadan, absolutely. Absolutely. Dude, gaining any muscle during Ramadan is almost impossible. And I'm not saying some guys don't pull it off, but they're the exception. No, dude, gaining muscle during Ramadan is super, super hard. In fact, last year I had 3 clients all fasting during Ramadan all at the same time. What I end up doing as a coach for them in that situation, we take them down to minimal training. What's the minimum they can get away with to hold onto their muscle? They usually get leaner. They usually end up losing body fat if they're smart about it. Redmond, I'm very aware that a lot of people do overeat, and there's also issues with that during it. But the issue is when you're trying to train and do other stuff, yeah, and it depends. That's if they're eating junk, because a lot of people do fast with that during the junk during it. Most of my clients don't because they're more health conscious, right? Benny Watts, Coach, how soon into fast does muscle wasting start? I don't have a definitive answer for that. Since you engulfed yourself into the bodybuilding aesthetics lifestyle, your overall health improved. I feel like I'm healthier. Said thoughts on Jack LaLanne. Dude, I've always been a fan of Jack LaLanne. Dude, Jack LaLanne is like the OG fitness influencer. Okay. People are going to be like, he died before the internet existed. What do you mean? He was on the TVs in the 50s. Dude, Jack LaLanne was the guy up there on the black and white television doing his routine, his little tight short shirts, with the rolled up sleeves and teaching housewives how to do tricep extensions, like the exercise show in the morning, and had his juicer and, dude, Jack LaLanne was the OG And when they asked him at the age of like 90, like how he kept so fit, he said the deadlift. He's like, I attribute the deadlift for keeping my back healthy up into my 90s. Dude, Jack Layne, he swam the English Channel for like his 90th birthday. And he passed of pneumonia later in his 90s. Not the same year as the Channel, it wasn't the English Channel swim. No, dude, Jack Layne was back in the 50s, he was the man. Should I split my upper body day since it's hard to put much effort on my rows after pushing movements and pull-ups? Maybe you need to assess what's going on with your overall programming. SIPs. Maybe send me a thing and let's discuss some consultation time and do some business here and see if I can help you out. Because, I mean, if you're at the point you're not able to figure out where to put your rows versus your pull-ups due to fatigue, it sounds like you need some professional guidance at that point. Talk about it. Thoughts on Jordan Peters and his style of low-volume bodybuilding? I don't know who that is. No back. I am not looking for to get rich off of an entertainment. Togi. I don't know who Togi is. Is he fitness related? Like why would I do that if he's not even in my niche? I'm trying to rebuild more of a long-term audience, not, people who care about the fitness content, right? Or he's a fitness influencer. Okay. So what is it that I'm supposed to be talking about? Right? Newest gear glorified. What do you mean the newest gear? Like he's discussing gear is a great thing that everyone should be blasting, or what? I don't know who he is. So if you guys need some context, I've got people just typing stuff like, no, he isn't now. Guys, give me some context in these comments so that we know what is going on. How often do you grab a pizza? Dude, I have not grabbed a pizza in so long. I'm trying to get leaner, man. Look at them bicep veins. I got to get leaner right now. Eventually, I haven't earned a pizza. I'm just going to call it like it is. Until I am lean enough for the camera and for my followers, I have not earned a pizza for a while. When I earn it, I'll have one. Nope. All right. C clips, are you talking about? No, I don't know who that is. Well, if the guy is a lean 300 pounds and short, he's so much gear that, who knows what's up with his training? I don't know. Since you were an OG generation, do you ever try? Dude, we all messed a little bit with some of the DC stuff. Everybody did. Everybody messed a little bit back in the day with some of the DC training, with Dante stuff. All right. Rondo says, do you think you have some degree of orthorexia or body dysmorphia? Rondo, I don't actually buy into the orthorexia as a real thing, to be honest. Not to the degree that people make it out to be. Yes, in extreme cases, but eating clean is not orthorexia. I really am bothered. I've always been bothered by that idea. Eating healthy whole foods is a mental illness. Jesus Christ. When we live in a world that we live in with limitless garbage binging and food addictions and an obesity epidemic, we're going to stand here and talk about eating clean. Not anorexia, not any of that. We're talking about eating clean is a mental illness. I'm sorry, you lose me at that point. That's where you lose me. You guys need to tell me who the hell you're talking about. You guys are talking about multiple people in the comments. Put names with each statement because we were talking about multiple people here, and I don't know who you guys. He's not. He's the. Okay, guys. Preface each post with the person you're talking about. It's otherwise I'm losing. I'm not going to even discuss your questions because I don't know what you're talking about. But all you guys are arguing about multiple people now and talking about this Togi guy, and no one seems to know who he is. Y'all are all giving me different answers. Look, if you think there's someone I need to know about, message me in private on social media with a link from your real profile so that I can know if you're a real human being and explain to me why I need to know who they are. Okay. It's pretty simple. All right. Benny Watts says, Coach, what's your take on these gym filming scandals? Is it all overblown? The what? Gym filming scandals. Like that Anatoly guy doing fake deadlifts and doing the janitor thing, or what? All right. Limitless. Did you try out the? I don't know what the War Within is. I haven't seen any WoW stuff in quite a few years, to be honest, and I haven't video gamed, and I don't think I. The last time I played a video game was over a year ago, and it was Skyrim. Right. In fact, Skyrim is like the only video game I still have on the shelf. I use my Xbox Series X to watch my streaming stuff on the TV in my office. My back is big. I don't know, man. This is your profession. Just trying to give a pointer takes like 30 seconds of effort. Yeah, but I'm not going to remember this later, dude. Like I'm saying, if it's someone that like message me, like I'm not going to remember later some name you mentioned in the comments, dude. And that's my job as a coach. My job is to put out fitness content to help people reach their goals and to coach people. That's my job. All right. So, what do you think of bodyweight single leg calf raises for pure calf aesthetics? I mean, I guess if you're doing 50 or 60 rep sets. Joseph says, I wish Martin Burkham would come back into the fitness scene. Tell me you're with me, Jason. Now that was a disruptor. Martin Burkham. I always liked Martin. I actually talked to him a couple of times briefly. Yeah, Limitless. I'm not going to discuss gear in the future or people's individual gear protocols like that. I'm probably going to stay away from those topics. I may even stay away from the topics of TRT at this point, to be perfectly honest. Matt says, nice job taking the high road, Jason. Dulce eviscerates Layne anytime they ask about him, moral degenerate. Matt, here's my thing, man. This got brought to my attention, and obviously, you guys know there's history. The history is extreme between he and I. But there comes a point where, as people, we got to step back and decide who we really want to be. We got to decide who we want to be as human beings. And I had to stand here and decide, do I want to stand here and clap back at someone when I'm trying to be a better human being? Did I want to clap back at another man who was an enemy of mine to make $1. That's not who I want to be. That's not the type of man I'm trying to be, guys. All right. All I'm going to do is congratulate the man on his achievement and move on. Have you caught up with the low blinder Dave Palumbo beef? No, man. I had some people try to send me some stuff about Dave a while back in private, and I told them, you know, I'm not interested. They had a bunch of dirt on him and evidence, and I'm just like, you know, again, who do I want to be as a person? How do I want to make my money? How do I want to make my living? You know, in the past, I put out a lot of negative stuff. I did some stupid stuff. I spent time getting involved in other people's beef, making money on it. And it comes a point where, you know, you've got to look at those things and go, do I really want to get involved in all those their drama? Do I really want to get involved in Dave Palumbo's personal life and scandals? Is that going to help anybody? Like, is anybody out there going to benefit from that? Am I going to leave the world a better place than I have by getting up and discussing Dave Palumbo's personal life and whatever low blinder beef there is? And you know what I mean? This is stuff I think about these days. Sip says, is John Meadows' YouTube a good source? Yeah, dude, John Meadows was a great source of information. I liked John. Back. That's true. Guess that point. I forgot about the coat. Okay, let me read it out. My back is bigger said, that's true. I guess you have a point. Sometimes I forget about the coaching thing because I haven't seen any vlogs lately. I haven't been making the vlogs, honestly. I haven't wanted to do any client vlogs. Like, some of the clients who I did the vlogs with are currently on my client roster. I literally had a video call with one of the guys. You guys remember Nick? Like Nick from the training vlogs? We had a video call today. He is a client right now. I just don't want to do the vlogs. Maybe I'll get back to doing them eventually. I got burned out on them. I did hundreds and hundreds of client vlogs with over a dozen different clients. I think I have something like, there's got to be 400 or 500 vlogs. Maybe not that many. It's got to be at least 300 client vlogs, like 10 plus minute client vlogs in that playlist. There was a point where, man, I just got burned out on doing the vlogs. And it's like, there's a whole repository sitting there in that playlist. If people want to watch 100 videos in a row of my clients training and me discussing their programming, it's all right there. You know? TKS says, have you ever gotten tendon for playing the guitar for too long? Not as an adult. Limitless says, do you think Callie Muscle lowering on the gear decided to take his life more seriously? What? What makes you think Callie Muscle is taking his life more seriously? He just went from one crazy extreme to another. Like, he's continued to do reckless things on camera. What are you talking about? Why would you think he's not on anything? His blood work proved that he's still on stuff. When he published blood work right there with his doctor on the camera, it was very blaringly obvious he's on super physiological amounts of gear still. It's right there on the publicly available blood work he published. That's not TRT. That is a blast. So I don't know what you're talking about. He literally provided irrefutable evidence on camera that he still uses super physiological amounts of gear. Like, what? So what do you mean? Matt says, growth mindset, Jason, love it. Southpaw liver rapist says, I got tetanus recently, and binging your workouts has made me jealous. I have been watching them a lot. Hey, man, you're going to be able to get back to training, bro. There's no need to be jealous. Here's what you're going to do, Southpaw. You take that footage and you get hungry again for the gym. And when the doctor gives you clearance to get back under the barbell, there's your motivation, right? You can do this. The sport of bodybuilding, I don't discuss politics on my channel, man. Do you still train that guy, Mikey? His vlogs are good. Which of the two Mikeys? Jacked Mikey or smaller Mikey? Because I had two different Mikes who did vlogs. I don't currently train either of them, though. Now, if you mean the bigger Mikey, I don't know if you saw him later. I put links to his stuff. He got shredded after we built him up, and he rotated off the client list. The base we built, the guy looks like a serious bodybuilder now. Once he cut down to like 8% body fat. It's all up on his social media. My back is bigger. Says I'd go easy on the guy. Cali Muscles Crew suffering some midlife crisis, similar to what Connor Murphy went through. I hope he gets better for the sake of his kid. Look, I've had interactions with Cali over the years. It's not a midlife crisis. Like I mean, I'm not going to stand here and start petty nonsense. But in the case of Cali, what do you mean? Nothing has changed. Cali has always done foolish, reckless things and behaved in the manner that you're seeing. There's nothing has changed. I don't see any. I don't understand what you mean by nothing has changed. What do you mean a midlife crisis? Where have you been for the past 12 years? I mean, it's the same. It's the same Cali we've always had. He just has less muscle now. He just changed kind of his thing. Apu, I don't know what any of that is. Rondo says, I think client blogs are the best advertisement for your coaching. Most people want to see evidence in blogs, much more compelling than pictures or words. Yeah, but the vlogs are all about the long term. Like just showing the vlog, if it's only 6 weeks, right? I don't know. Maybe. I just got burned out on doing the vlogs. I might do them again eventually. Coach, are you using the jaws or size for facial gains? No, why would you use those things? What's up, Jason? When's the last time you hit a wow session? All right. The last time I played wow, I'm going to go with maybe 7 years ago, 8 years. I don't know, dude. It's been a while. Southpaw says it's so weird seeing a Les Paul without kidney tuners or ivory tuners. What do you mean? What do you mean, man? It's because it's not a $5,000 Les Paul. It's a $2,500 Les Paul. That's why, dude. But, here's the thing. A $2,500 Gibson Les Paul is still a Gibson Les Paul. Even if it's not the fanciest, it's still considered the top 1% of guitars. I've heard Hulk Hogan saying a lot of racist, hateful things about. Really? I didn't know. I don't want to get into a whole diatribe about Hulk Hogan. I mean, Hulk Hogan's not really in the scene out there anymore, is he anymore? I mean, here's the thing I would say, and I don't know what he supposedly said about what groups. I have no idea. I heard something vaguely somewhere. Someone else mentioned that. Do we really care that some retired old guy said some racist stuff somewhere at this point? Is he even relevant anymore? I mean, could someone literally just do that to be relevant again as a publicity stunt? Who knows, man? I'm just not that worried. I just wouldn't care at this point. This guy's asking me about WoW. I don't even want to talk about WoW, dude. I'm never going to play WoW again. All right. Thoughts on doing deadlifts on leg day, having trouble getting it back day because I have a lot of back exercises to do. I mean, if that's what you need to do for your programming, I program it both ways. Any benefits to doing multiple sets in the 2 to 4 rep range? I've seen videos of her doing 5 to 7 sets for squats and dead incline. So, yeah, there can be. You actually did a trad Pro 4. No, Southpaw. It's a traditional Pro 5. Hold on. And yes, the strat is an American. So. Traditional Pro 5. So. And the strat here is, so you can get the info if I can get it right. Yeah. Read it so we can see that it's American. So yeah, it's an American Professional 2. Bob, yeah, you can scroll back to the beginning. Yeah, Layne did, and that's okay. I said what I needed to say and moved on. Is decline benching useful for chest development or is overhyped? No, it's useful. I don't think it's overhyped. People actually downplay it. All right. Laminated strat with a vintage bridge. Wowzers, that's so sick. Dude, that strat was, yeah, definitely. When I bought it, I can say it's the nicest guitar I ever played. Till I started messing with the Les Pauls and played a bunch of them at the store when I bought that one. I played 8 different Gibson Les Pauls that day before buying that one. Those are probably the 2 guitars I'm probably going to keep indefinitely. I'll probably buy and sell guitars over the years. Those are kind of special. I like them. Yeah, the 3 Tobacco Burst it's a good color. All right, so here's the funny story. When I walked into the guitar shop to buy a Strat, I kind of came in and the salesman was over there, and I told him, I said, "Man, I want to get one of these Fender Strats up here. Can we get a couple down to play?" And he looked at me and he says, "Look, man," he goes, I'm looking at the snakeskin boots you got on because I have my snakeskins and everything on. And he's just like, "You're Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, aren't you?" And I said, "Yes, I am." He says, "This is the one you want." And he pulled that one out of all the Fender Americans on the shelf. He pulled that one off the shelf and handed it to me and says, "Try it out. This is the one you're going to want." And I bought that guitar that day. She felt good in my hands, man. You know, that's one of those, when you're buying an instrument, especially something like this. These are wood, they're handcrafted. Everyone is different. Everyone is different. When you grab a guitar, sometimes when you pick one up, it just speaks to you. Right? And that was one of those guitars that when I grabbed it, when I grabbed that guitar, it felt good in my hands. It's, when you get one that feels right, it just has a warm feeling. Let me go. And this is probably true for any of you. So I would say this to any of you starting out. Let's say you want to start learning to play the guitar or something, and it's something you really want to get into, and you get one. And when you grab one and you just run your hand up and down that neck, when you get one that's right for you, you're going to know. Right? You're going to know. It's just going to feel, a certain way, and it's just going to feel different. So if I play something, you can actually do something there. So again, it's just when you do stuff, like when you just hit a couple chords or move your hand right, it feels right. Right? Feels right. And you just know. But let's get back over to these fitness questions. Southpaw, that's a good question. I still have the factory thickness strings on that strap, but I actually have lighter strings on the Les Paul, like Billy Gibbons. But yeah, you are right. Stevie Ray Vaughan, is known for those heavy strings. My back, because some of them need to go. Some of them are posting things that they absolutely cannot stay up. Some of them I leave. I mean, look at some of the weirdos who post some stuff that I leave here and there. But you got a good point. That is a valid point. If they don't cross certain lines, I probably have been a little too band heavy. And I will give you that that's a valid point. Some of just the weirdos, like, look, if they just are weird and they just keep asking penis enlargement questions or whatever, okay, that's fine. But certain stuff needs to stay out of here. Okay. Do you attribute some of your hand and form aesthetics from playing guitar regularly? No, I don't know about that. Spencer Jones says, I'm waiting for Tom Plaskow to ask his famous question. Yeah, the Tom Platz guy. So Southpaw. There's a guy who has been not only coming into my live streams, but been coming to my channel and even some of my social media for like 10 years. Okay? For like 10 years. Who asked me over and over if Tom Platz is my dad and Rich Piana my mother. Is Tom Platz my dad? Is Arnold Schwarzenegger my mom? And is Sam Saluk my child? Over and over and over and over and over for a decade. And when you try to engage him or talk back, he can't type anything else. The guy actually never responds in any manner when you try to be like, dude, that's kind of weird. Do you have some mental issues? Do you need help? Are you okay? He doesn't reply. And if he replies, he'll wait later and then ask something again about is Tom Platz my biological mother? He's been doing it for like 10 years. He's done it hundreds and hundreds of times. Yeah. Should we pause at the bottom of the barbell row for a stretch? Sometimes, if you need to get a stretch. Thoughts on getting leg press if interested? What do you mean? I think a leg press is a good exercise. I like leg presses. So if that's what you're asking, yeah, absolutely. Dream lead singer to play alongside of. Wait, am I a better guitarist in this scenario? Because I already have a bro who sings when we jam out. We're all kind of at each other's level. I'm going to keep improving. I mean, there's stuff I need to do to continue to get better at my guitar. That's why it's kind of like, when people come in and they say, well, you need to do this and do that. It's like, give me time, guys. I'm still working. I'm getting better. I'm going to keep playing and trying new approaches and methods for years and years. Yes, and there's stuff I probably do need to do with backing tracks. There's other stuff I need to do with my techniques and learning. I agree with all that. But I'm enjoying the process as I go. All right. Chris says, I can see that. I actually think you're bigger than Arnold's prime in terms of, Chris, you're talking to someone else in the comments or me? Because I am obviously not bigger than Arnold. Clearly not me. I don't know what you're talking about. What are your thoughts on leg extensions? Oh, good question. My position has changed over the years. I used to hate leg extensions. I used to think they were stupid. In fact, do you know where part of my position on leg extensions back in the day came from? I'm going to guilty admission here. I saw Scooby. You guys remember Scooby? Even years before I started YouTube, I saw a clip from Scooby getting up talking about the leg extensions, and he's an engineer, and he was explaining how leg extensions are bad for the knee with the skateboard squats, right? And for some reason, it stuck in my head from a biomechanics and an engine because he did a video on it at one time, and he was explaining the angles involved. And it made sense to me, and it got ingrained for a little bit. And then later, I blurted it out at some point. Well, they're bad for your knees, and I realized in retrospect that was really a silly position. And I think leg extensions can have their place now. There's a point where we have to step back and ask sometimes, where do we get influenced with ideas, and have to ask, was that idea legitimate? Right. So, I mean, again, kind of the point where you just have to sometimes upgrade your position and go, yeah, maybe that position was not well thought out, wasn't well reasoned, wasn't well supported. And I think leg extensions are fine. They can be a good exercise. And I do them some now. E-Money says, appreciate your content over years, especially the conjugate stuff. I have graduated to barbell medicine, and me and my offspring won't ever from their path. All right. Are weighted dips or incline bench better for aesthetics? I'm going to go with incline bench. Do you like spider curls? I never do spider curls personally. I don't think there's anything wrong with them as an exercise. I just don't really do them. Careful. Do you still believe that Arnold only used bodybuilding as a way to get into politics and acting? And he never. Do I believe that? Did I ever say that? I don't even remember saying that. I mean, it's possible I said that at one time, but I don't remember saying it. To what extent are you you utilizing protein overfeeding in your current nutrition. You've been emphasizing the importance of starches complex. Is this your dominant? Oh man, as of today, again, I've actually dropping the carbs down to tighten back up as far as just the water in the waistline. So I'm actually on primarily healthy fats, actually, as of today. But I do about 200 grams of protein, so I'm not really protein overfeeding at the moment. All right. So Joseph, as far as that goes, I want to be clear. I promote a couple different approaches. So what I necessarily currently do doesn't always mean that that's what I'm going to always promote for you. I do hold a couple of different concepts of what are valid nutritional approaches as far as the way to approach your macros. And I think that they can have uses and can be healthy, but it is a matter of what you're specifically trying to do. I do often advocate, though, of absolutely doing methods where people would run starchy carbohydrates as a dominant, though, if you're going to run a lower fat diet. All right. Matt, I don't have an exact gram count. Your face looks leaner than your body, probably because of the loose skin still. Plus, I'm holding a little water around the waistline. All right. Where are we at? We're at 51 minutes in. We're at 51. I may not run this much longer here, guys. I'm getting tired. Start winding down for bed. All right. What muscles would you recommend man focus on if their only goal is to impress chicks? I tell you, one of the biggest keys to impress chicks is to not care about impressing chicks. How about that? Let me state that again for you. One of the best keys to impressing chicks is to not care that much about impressing chicks. Focus on taking care of your business. All right. Chris, would you consider yourself a good authority on getting women? No. But people always ask me about it nonstop, so I'm going to give my opinion. It seems to be the single most important topic outside of lifting anytime you do a live stream. Therefore, I give opinions. I don't consider myself an authority on it at all. Okay? But people are obsessed with my advice on getting women. I need to start charging for it. Then I can be a professional at it. I'm not an authority on the matter, but man, are people obsessed. I need to just start selling packages on give me $100 and I'll tell you how to get women. Oh. Actually, that's what I need to do. Hey, Pooh, what you need to do to get women, you need to join my Dad Bod to Daddy coaching program, and I will give you the physique for $300 a month. I will help you build the physique that will have pussy lining up for a mile straight. When I get done, so many women are going to throw pussy at you that you're going to catch every STD known to man 25 times, and you're going to father 100 children. $300 a month to coach you. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. So I think you guys are onto something. No, Matt, it comes with the territory, dude. Like you're going to literally drown in it. You're going to actually smother underneath it, and it's going to be your last breaths. How you're going to go out of the world when you get done with the Dad Bod to Daddy Traded program. You're just going to literally drown in it. You're just going to be smothered under the juices. 300. Hey, Pooh, quit asking the questions here. Go apply right now. Put an application in. Message me. Let's get you flowing. Guaranteed, man. Then you don't got to ask it anymore here. What do you mean receipts? No, Chris, here's how it works. What you do the kennel body method. You make a bunch of money, and then you just hire actresses. See, once you sell enough stuff, then you just hire actresses to hang around by the pool and stuff for your commercials, even if you're socially awkward and have never actually got girls. See, that's how it works. Start selling the things, and then you just hire the actresses. That's all you need. Right? So maybe you guys are on to something. This is really what's holding me back. This is why I don't have the outreach, right? I need to just start marketing. I just need to start marketing the Dad Bod to Daddy all the way, right? My program will guarantee you 100 babies. Through the Dad Bod to Daddy training program, you'll father 100 children. There we go. We got to sell it. We got to sell it. That's right. That's right. Blaha, Dad Bod to Daddy training gets that stinky on your hang down. Sonic says, what split are you running right now, Coach? A 5-day power building program. Well, Chris, I got coaching slots open right now, man. Come on. My back. No, why did you guys think that? I have no idea why you guys thought they mistaken that. No, they mistaked my video footage. Them doing squats. But I've noticed when I put a belt on for squats, it seems to get rid of this issue. And it wasn't YouTube, it was Facebook. All right. How intense are the workouts? It depends on what the client needs. Yeah, Limitless, I'm aware of how much the bigger YouTubers charge. No, Chris, I decided to, no. Okay, let's start this all over again. All right. You guys determined in the comments that the titles were a problem. I said, no, I just decided to change it because I felt like it. And then people went over with, was it because of this? Was it because of that? And then you guys all went back and forth. And I tried to explain, no, guys, I just felt like changing it. Okay. Sometimes you guys overthink these things. There are times when I just change stuff because I feel like doing it. You don't need a massive conspiracy theory. Road Hero, been watching you for 10 years at this point, maybe longer. I definitely learned a lot. Thanks for the dope content. You're looking lean, bro. Keep up the good work. Back is bigger. So there's a reason we used to clown Alexi and I was using the word daddy back in the day. But here's the thing, man. I don't really care. People are going to try to clown me anyways. I might as well just do what I want. Chris, why would you think excess carbs turn to fat? It's been pretty heavily debunked in the lab. They'll make you store all the fat that you eat, though. All right, guys, we're an hour in. It's time to wind this down. Hey, Pooh, I better see that coaching application put in before the next live stream. So, winding it down. I hope it's been informative. I love all of you guys and gals. And I will talk to you next time. Apu, either one, but preferably Facebook.